Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are continuing with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. If the layout looks a little bit different, it is because I have jumped over to the Switch version, which should hopefully uh, it should prevent us from having all the stability issues that we've had the last few weeks. So that's also why I'm over here in the corner, because the character profiles for your party are on the right hand side in this one, so I figured I'd join them over there. And so last time we had talked to Canderous Ordo, who said that he wanted to get off the planet and could provide Davik's ship, but any ship that leaves the planet is going to get blasted by the Sith fleet in orbit unless they have the proper codes. And so he asked if we could help out. He'll provide the ship, and we break into the Sith military base and provide the codes. So that is what we've done, and we've cleared out the first floor here and made it to the elevator, so we will be heading down and seeing what's below. Hopefully the change in layout and everything won't be too confusing with people now, because of course we don't have a keyboard and mouse anymore. Instead of looking at things and being able to just click on them, we now have our chosen abilities as well as our interact options in the lower left here. So I can unlock things. I can do security. Forget if I think I unlocked this with the terminal, so we didn't need to do security on it. And we can go down. All right. I don't think I saved while I was up there, so unfortunately this does not have a quick save, so we do have to do some manual saves every once in a while. I've been alternating between two save files so that if I find that I saved at a point where I really want to go back further.
Who dares to break my meditation? You will pay for interrupting my... Wait. I sense the Force is strong with you. Very strong. Who would have thought a Force adept could be found on this insignificant planet? But your talent is no match for a disciple of the dark side.
Okay. Hopefully the audio is coming through all right. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or too just right. Okay, so we have a... Interesting. He senses us, either us or Bastila, through the Force, and can sense the Force here. But he's armed with a double-bladed vibroblade rather than a lightsaber. I don't know if that's an indication of rank or just personal preference that he prefers having a physical weapon, but let's see. He claims that our talent is no match for a disciple of the dark side. So, we can either tell him, turn away from the dark side, it won't lead you to anything but destruction. Or, you Sith must be brought to judgment for all the blood you have spilled. Or, I'm going to enjoy gutting you. So we have a merciful option, a just option, and a rather bloodthirsty dark side option. Let's see if we can talk him down first. Turn away from the dark side. It won't lead you to anything but destruction.
Spoken like a true drone of the Jedi Council. We Sith, however, have learned to embrace the potential of the dark side. It is what gives us strength. This meeting is a stroke of luck for me. My master will surely reward me with my lightsaber once I kill you.
Okay, so he doesn't have a lightsaber because he's still, like I said, the apprentice or something. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't think you're going to be getting a lightsaber unless Sith award them posthumously. But let's do this. So, and of course our melee person is all the way in the back, so this will be fun. Bastila, want to help out here? Or... Okay, I'm down because nobody else wanted to help out. Let's see if we can. Yeah, Bastila, try to stun him. Okay, press A to activate hostile force powers. Selected the third icon of the action menu. Some force powers only affect only a single target, while others affect all enemies within a specified range of the target. Okay, and T3's down. Let's see, Bastila, hopefully you're up to carrying the party here. That's not how you do it. Okay, that was a bit tougher than anticipated. But you know what would be very helpful is if you guys were to start fighting before I get taken down. That way we can all fight together instead of doing the, like, Hollywood take them on one by one thing. Oh yeah, I was going to check on something here. I did see, when I was looking through the characters, there's an option called scripts, and we can actually choose how we want our companions to help out. So we can have just like normal, where they'll just use their currently equipped weapon in combat. Characters with force powers will use them appropriately. Characters will not use special items such as shields or med packs. Droids will not use droid utility items. We have Grenadier. The character will use grenades in combat when appropriate. They'll try to avoid catching other party members in the blast, and they won't waste a grenade if there's only one target. Otherwise, it's the same as default. Or Jedi support. Jedi characters will use force powers until they run out of force points, then they will behave in the same manner as the default attack setting. Droid characters will use equipped droid utility items. So I think I'm going to try setting Bastila to Jedi support so that she will... Let's see, is that... Yep, okay, that did it. So that she'll use her force powers, because she does have a healing one that should help, and maybe if she can, like, stun him and maybe do other stuff. And that kind of fits with what we've told about her, that what makes her so special is she has the Jedi meditation ability, or the battle meditation ability that, you know, can help out entire armies, so hopefully it can help out our little 3-person squad. Would that be beneficial for... Droid characters will use equipped droid utility items. That might also be useful. So let's... I do find it interesting on here that they took a lot of time on the Switch to apparently update the graphics to fit rather well when it comes to, you know, our characters running around normally. On the menu here, though, it doesn't look like they worked too hard on updating the images much. Just kind of blurred them a little so they don't look quite so pixelated. Okay, so he has a stun ray, a shield disruptor. Both of those things seem like things that might be helpful in this combat, so let's give him energy shield 2. I didn't realize it had computer probe. Oh yeah, I think we got that last time, I just didn't update it on here. Retractable probe allows droid access to the higher programming functions of any computer terminal. Better quality probes provide cleaner access, increasing functionality, so just makes them better at hacking computers. So, okay. Let's try saving again. Okay. I guess we can use the same save slot because haven't really done anything. Okay.
I'm here.
Sure.
I don't even know that a energy shield's gonna help me because he's using a blade. Wait, I can use mines on myself, or I can place them on the ground. I'm not sure. That does not seem right to me. I think, I wonder if mine's ending up in this menu. If that's a mistake somehow. Oh well. Well, let's...
Who dares to break? Who would have thought a Force adept could be found?
Okay, yep, turn away from the dark side.
Spoke. This meeting is a stroke.
And let's see. Oh, maybe if I use a concussion grenade, I think that can stun. Oh, and an ion grenade might be able to disable his shield. And you can go ahead and start attacking, and you can go ahead and start attacking. Here we go. Have Bastila first. While I'm completely stunned here. Got it, Bastila. Go. I think that wavy effect means that she's using some force powers on him, so it seems like it's doing more harm to him than it is to her. Okay, and she's down. Let's see if we can... he's at close range now. Let's try switching over to... I think Mission's Vibroblade was the one that we've been upgrading. We'll switch to melee so that hopefully that'll not give him much of an advantage. There we go. Okay, much easier with a little bit of preparation. Alright, and he was carrying the Taris launch code, so that's what we need in order to be able to launch off of Taris safely. Make sure that the Sith fleet doesn't blast us into a pile of space dust. An adrenaline amplifier. I think that just helps some saving throws, forget which ones. Energy shield, strength gauntlets, and a neural band. Let's take those. Let's see what else is in here. Okay, got some credits. Some light battle armor, more computer spikes, security spike, and durasteel bonding alloy, which is an upgrade item. Okay, and let's see. So the neural band gives will of save +2 to will saves. Developed after the Exar Kun War, this item bolsters the willpower of the user by electrically reinforcing established mental patterns. Republic troops called it Little Shocky. Okay, probably useful against Jedi, being able to have more willpower. But I think we already have bonus willpower from that. We already have Brejik's gloves, which give us dexterity +1. We picked up strength gauntlets, developed by the Mephilis Corporation. These gauntlets use pulses of energy to stimulate muscles at the key leverage points of combat actions, effectively increasing strength. That's not going to help us very much because we're more of a dexterity person, but I think Bastila might be. Well, no, she's dexterity as well. So we'll hold on to those. Those might come in handy for if we travel with Zalbar. He could definitely make use of those. So, okay. What else we have? Okay, that's right. The adrenaline amplifier was reflex +2. We've seen that before. And I'll just switch back to my blaster. And let's see. None of the... It's interesting that we have like combat suit and heavy combat suit are both light armor, but then the light battle armor is medium armor. See, providing solid protection for a minimal cost, this armor is excellent for entrenched troops or guards. A force on the move, however, may find it somewhat constricting. We don't wear medium armor, so that might do well for Karth maybe. Okay. And we had a journal update. Some bounties to turn in. Some of the quests that we had completed last time, I hadn't completed this time. I completed them, but I haven't turned them in, so we'll have to remember to do that. But what we're concerned with is escaping Taris. We've recovered the departure codes we need to escape Taris. Now you just have to bring them back to Canderous Ordo in the lower city cantina. Okay, so we'll go. Need to turn in the Promised Land quest. Need to help Matrick fake his death again with the explosion in his apartment. And I think that's all we have at the moment. Turn in the bounties, and then we'll be able to talk to Canderous. My goal tonight, I think it'll be a pretty achievable goal, is I definitely want to make it off Taris tonight. If we make it off Taris rather quickly, as I think we might, then we'll of course be moving on to the next planet, but if for some reason the next bit takes longer than I recall it taking, we'll still just keep on playing through till we get off Taris. Okay, so now we are... let's see. Let's make sure to save. Now we're the #1 ranked duelists on Taris, having defeated all the other dueling opponents in a cantina that we know the Sith troops frequent when they're off duty, and we've single-handedly wiped out an entire Sith military base. So I think our job, our goal of being stealthy and avoiding Sith attention is going great. I want to return to the hideout to heal up. I think we actually want to come back here. If I recall, the elevator down to the lower city is right through that, in that area right there, in that little transition area. Okay, I heard the alarm klaxon and was wondering if somebody had been alerted to the Sith base being wiped out, but I guess it was just that freighter docking or landing, whatever it's doing. Hello, Sith Guard. Don't mind the fact that you probably haven't heard from anybody at the base in a while and might have been hearing some radio traffic of help, there's an intruder in the base.
Off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along.
Yeah, I've got authorization papers right here.
Well, why didn't you say so? Everything seems to be in order. Okay, I guess you can go down to the lower city. Just be careful down there. Those swoop gangs will take a shot at anybody. Even our Sith patrols have come under fire.
Recall the first time we came through here, we had Sith armor on, but then we traded those to Gaydon, so the leader of the Becks. He was like, "Hey, I could use those. I'll give you some Sith authorization papers instead. That'll work for your purposes, and then I'll have this that I can use for my purposes." Okay, Matric. I believe I remember to buy a permacrete detonator. I was afraid you wouldn't come back. Did you manage to find a permacrete detonator? Yes, I have one right here. Go on, take it. Let me see. Yes, this should do the trick. There won't be anything left of this apartment but some scorching on the walls after I set this bad boy off. I'm thinking we should probably get out of here. This doesn't seem like a safe place to just be standing and watching an expert do his work. Okay, the timer's set. Now let's get out of here before it blows. I mean, there was absolutely no reason that I needed to still be in there. I was not helping set the charges or anything. That was quite the blast. Don't go back in there. The whole roof might cave in on your head. Look, I'm not a man for long goodbyes, but I want to say thanks. If it wasn't for you, I'd be a dead man. Now I won't have to worry about any more bounty hunters coming after me. So good luck and goodbye. Now that I'm dead, I can't be seen wandering the streets. Okay, sorry if you hear any noise. It's kind of windy outside, and I think some stuff's getting blown around in my lawn. But don't go back in there, he says. You really can't go back in there. Nope, no way around. The Switch's graphics are a lot better. They did. It does look like they did a. They took some time to upgrade the graphics while they, when they were porting it over to the Switch. On my PC, the game as it came out, as Steam released it, is from early 2000s, I think, early to mid 2000s, and so there have been some fan patches to update some things, and that's how I was getting it, widescreen and in a decent resolution. But yeah, I don't think it's been really hasn't been optimized for newer computers yet. And I will say, playing through, I'm heading down to the Undercity, by the way, just to turn in the Promised Land quest. But playing through this past week to get back to where we were, I had been worried that the controller would feel very clunky compared to keyboard and mouse, but it's actually, they did a pretty good job of getting things so they work properly and feel somewhat natural. I might still end up pushing the wrong buttons from time to time, just because I play other games on the Switch, and so I'm used to different control setups, and sometimes have to take a moment to readjust. But okay, bounties. Okay. We have our companions that we'll ask more about them later. The Promised Land, I think, is the only non-bounty thing left to really turn in.
Welcome back, Upworlder. How goes your quest? Have you found the journals of my father and grandfather?
Let's see, I have all 3 journals here. Take them. I don't have all the journals yet, but I will find them. I can't waste any more time with your quest. That would be particularly cruel since we actually do have all 3 journals and ran all the way down here. It would be kind of mean to just have done all that just to tell him, hey, we're not going to help you out. No. I have all 3 journals. Here, take them.
Can it be true? Is it possible possible that at long last, the dream of my father and grandfather before him will be fulfilled? I can hardly bear to look. Yes, of course. Now I understand. It all makes sense. Now I see why the Promised Land has been so hard to find. It is so obvious. You have done a great thing, Upworlder. A selfless act that will bring great joy to all the people of this village. I must take this to Gendar right away.
Rukiel, what do you want now? Have you more fables of a hidden paradise just waiting for us to find it?
You may not think these are fables after you see what I have brought you, Gendar. Look at these journals.
What? No, it can't be. Are these real, Rukiel? Is this information accurate?
I swear to you, everything in these journals is true, Gendar. The Promised Land. I told you I would find it.
The entrance is far from here, Rukiel. It will take us weeks to get there, perhaps even months. And we will have to cross many Rakghoul-infested areas.
I do not deny the journey will be hard, Gendar. But surely it is better than the miserable life we have here.
Wise words, Rukiel. Our supplies are high right now. We could leave by nightfall. I will tell the others to prepare for the journey.
Thank you once again, Upworlder. I will say a final goodbye. For where we are going, I fear you cannot come. The journey to the Promised Land is long and arduous.
So I help you out, but I don't get to come along with you. This is the end of Majora's Mask, not getting invited to the festival all over again. Well, goodbye, Rukiel, and good luck. Or I could just try to force my way. Maybe I should come with you. I could help you on the journey, even though he's made it clear that he doesn't really want us along, so goodbye.
We must part ways here, Upworlder. I sense your destiny is yet to be chosen. But the destiny of my people is at the end of the long journey ahead of us.
He senses our destiny. I wonder if that means that he's somewhat force sensitive, or if that's just he's old and wise and experienced enough to kind of know that's how things are going. Also, I'm kind of curious, how does one tell when it is nightfall here far under at the foundations of the city? Also, apparently nightfall was like 2 minutes after we spoke, so. Maybe that's the beauty of it, is that nightfall can be whenever you want it to be. Okay, I think that's apartments. Don't need that. I need to get back to the cantina. The lower cantina. The hidden back base. Oh, that's right, you were the guy who sold Bazak cards. I don't need to buy any of your cards. Here's Candaris.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this planet unless we work together. Now, I know the Sith military base had a break-in, and I know it was you. I know you've got those departure codes I need. So what do you say? We join forces, and I can get you inside Davik's base, and right to the Ebon Hawk. We can go right now.
Okay, so I have a few things to take care of first. Okay, let's join up, but how are we going to get me inside Davik's estate? We're sorry, not interested, or forget it, I don't trust you. I would like to turn in some quests first, if you don't mind, because I don't know if I'll be able to do that after we visit Davik. So let me take care of a few things first.
Fair enough, but don't take too long. As soon as you're ready to get inside Davik's estate, come speak to me. The sooner we get off this rock, the better.
Okay. I don't disagree with that. Back again, human. I hope you didn't come just to chat. Davik hired me to do business and make credits, not to make small talk. So I've got a bounty I want to collect on. A bounty? Well, human, that is what I'm here for. Which bounty are you here to collect on? Okay, so you might recall that there were 5 bounties, and 2 of them were government bounties against known criminals, and 3 of them were against just people having a grudge against somebody. One was the guy who owed Davik credits, and we helped him out by giving him some credits that he could use to pay Davik back, so Davik, I guess, withdrew the bounty. One was Dia, who had a bounty on her because she basically defended herself when I was getting a little fresh with her, and he didn't like that and had a bounty on her, and we convinced him to remove the bounty. One was Matrick, who I guess we're helped him fake his death, and then we have Bendak, who we defeated in a duel to the death, and he was one of the government contracts because he participated in illegal death duels, which makes that manner of collecting his bounty somewhat ironic, I think. And Selvin, the assassin who attacked us when we went into her apartment, just innocently going around looting as one does. So let's see if he'll believe us about Matrick first. I believe you, human. I've heard reports of a rather large explosion, and some of my people saw you buying the permacrete detonator. It's good Matrick's dead, but maybe you went overboard, human. Next time use a blaster, not a bomb. Bombs are messy, but at least the job is done. Okay, 300 credits, that's the price for all bounties. Okay, so thanks, pleasure doing business with you. We can try to persuade him up to 400 credits. Or we can just threaten him, you'll up the reward if you know what's good for you, Zax. I don't think we need to be greedy. 300's pretty fair. You do good work, human. There's lots of bounty hunters on Taris, but most are lazy. Maybe if you keep cashing in bounties, they'll work harder. Okay, so we don't need more detail on bounties. We don't need information. We're just collecting more bounties. Okay. We defeated Bendak in a duel. So you killed Bendak in a deathmatch duel. Ironic, isn't it? Bendak has a bounty on him for killing people in a duel, and you collect it by killing him in a deathmatch. Yeah, thanks. I had already pointed that out. Didn't really need you to explain it like that, but... Alright, 300 credits. Okay. And Selvin. So, Selvin's dead. All the other bounty hunters who went after her ended up dead themselves, you know. You did well, human. Okay. And that's it. One other thing I remember, we had talked to the dancer and her manager, or the guy. No, I think he was the one. He was going to be hiring her to dance. I think our dexterity might be high enough. Maybe we can try to help her get her audition. Can't you see I'm auditioning? This is my shot at the big time. I can't risk screwing it up by talking to you. What's the use? There's no way Bib's gonna hire me unless he gets a chance to see me dancing with a partner. Maybe I should just give up. Okay. Maybe I could be your partner. I admit I'm getting desperate. I'd hate to blow this audition. But I don't know if I'm ready to just pair up with a random passerby. How do I know you're any good? Persuade, how hard can it be? Persuade I'm good enough to get you through your audition. Persuade, what other choice do you have? Or you're right, I can't dance, never mind. I have to admit, personally, if I was facing a difficult task that I knew was difficult, and someone came up offering help saying, how hard can it be? I don't think I would find that terribly persuasive. But let's try it out. How hard can it possibly be? You think this is easy? I've trained years to develop my talents. Dancing isn't just wiggling your butt in the air, you know? Well, except for the Corellian cheek step. If you think you can just step up and start dancing at a professional level, you better think again. Okay, so we failed to persuade her with that, but we still have the opportunity to try to persuade her again. I'm good enough to get you through your audition. Well, you do have that certain look about you, a confidence of movement. I guess you'll have to do, but I'm warning you, don't screw this up. Yeah, but before you were saying how hard could it possibly be, but Mr. Sewell, I've got a partner now. I'd really like to audition for you again. Okay, Lynn, you've got one more chance. I'll give you a minute to get your partner set up, then let's see what you've got. Yeah, time to watch you for 3 more dances. Make them count. Seems an odd way to do an audition. Okay, just follow my lead. Remember, the more complicated our steps and the closer we dance, the more it will impress Bib. But don't get in too close if you can't handle it. I don't need some clumsy oaf tripping me up. Try not to screw this up for me, okay? Okay, so we can join Lynn by dancing beside her, dancing very close beside her, or very close and face to face. Don't want to get too close and trip her up, so let's just dance beside. I wasn't thinking it'd be that far away. That's not really... simple but nice. Just remember, the Starlight Entertainers don't want simple. We're only looking for the top performers in the galaxy. Look, I know you're trying to be careful about screwing up, but you've got to give me a little more than that. Bib's seen thousands of dancers. We need to do something that will impress him. Next dance is a little different, so watch me for the steps, then jump in. Okay, can dance close beside her, close behind her, or running around her in circles while she dances. That would be an interesting approach. I don't think that's correct. Let's try dancing close beside her. Not really sure what the fist pumps add to the dance, but I'm really not a dancer, so maybe just a bit above my head. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice tempo. Looking good, Lynn. Oh, okay, one more dance to go. Okay, one dance to go. Bib looks happy. As long as we don't screw up, I think we've got it. Follow me and please just keep it simple. Okay, she's saying keep it simple, waving her arms and then doing a little hi, hello. She says keep it simple, so let's not try to get too fancy. We can dance beside her, very close. That seems like it'd be getting a little bit out of simple. or ruin Lynn's audition by taking a dive. Let's just join her and keep it simple. Yeah, I really don't know what the little hello hand wave there is contributing. Looking good, looking very good. Feel the music, let it flow through you. Well, what did you think? Do I get the job? Do you want me to dance some more? I can do another one for you if you want. Relax, Lynn, you made it. You've got the job. Welcome to the Starlight Entertainers. I made it, I really made it. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Believe it, kid, you're in. Now we need to get you fitted for your outfits. We need to start rehearsals. You've got contracts to sign. Let's go. Busy, busy. That's the life of a star. Thank you. I couldn't have made it without you. I'd give you a big hug, but, well, frankly, you're a little beneath me now. Like Bib said, I'm going to be a star. Well, you have the attitude of one, I guess. But if you're ever traveling the galaxy and you see the Starlight Entertainers performing, stop by and ask for Lynn. I'll see if I can get you some free tickets. Okay. Honestly, after seeing those dances, I don't know that I really need to take in a performance, especially if it's more than like a minute or two, because it's about all I could bear of something like that. Okay, but good luck, Lynn. And I think, okay, we just need to talk to Candaris and let's work on escaping Taris. Nope, I don't need to talk to T3, Candaris.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this planet unless we work together. Now, I know the Sith military base had a break-in.
Candaris, you already said this.
So what do you say?
Okay, let's join up. How are we going to get me inside Davik's estate?
Davik's always looking to recruit new talent. I'll tell him how you won that swoop race and mention that you're interested in working for the exchange. I'll say I brought you in so he could check you out. He'll have you stay at his estate for a couple of days while he runs some background checks on you. That's standard procedure.
This is too risky. We should find another way.
You got another plan, sister? Or are you just objecting because you didn't think of it?
No, I don't have another plan. I would rather not place my life in your hands, however.
I can say the same about you. That makes us even. Fortunately, we both want to get off this rock, right? While Davik's checking you out, we steal the Ebon Hawk and escape Taris. Come on. I've got an airspeeder nearby to take us to Davik's estate. The sooner we're off Taris, the better.
Okay, Candaris has joined your party. Candaris has a special cybernetic implant that regenerates minor wounds. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I guess Candaris has to be with us because he's the one who's getting us onto the base. I mean, everybody's going to be escaping Taris. It's just who do we want with us at the moment. So I think, I mean, T3 is pretty nice, but his specialties are really hacking computers and doors and things like that, and our character is pretty good at that ourselves. So I think we'll stick with Bastila, both because she's a Jedi, and I think that'll help out a little bit, has some good fighting skills, and because I think forcing her to spend more time with Candaris is just going to irritate her more. Okay. So everybody else will, I guess, wait for us back at the back at our hideout. So yes, that's the party I want. Cutscene. Oh, I thought we were gonna like cut to inside the ship or something. Oh, here we go. Okay. Just needed to load it.
You summoned me, Lord Malik.
The search for Bastila is taking too long. We cannot risk her escaping Taris. Destroy the entire planet.
The entire planet, Lord Malik. But there are billions of people on Taris. We'd be slaughtering countless innocent civilians, not to mention our own men still on the surface.
Your predecessor once made the mistake of questioning my orders, Admiral. Surely you are not so foolish as to make the same mistake.
Of course not, my Lord Malik. I will do as you command, but it will take several hours to position our fleet.
Then I suggest you begin immediately. You are dismissed, Admiral.
Yes, Lord Malik.
Okay, so just in case it wasn't clear, Malik, not one of the good guys. But it seems that we now only have a couple hours.
So, Candaris, I see you
get off
brought
Taris.
someone with you. Most intriguing, if I do say so myself. You usually travel alone.
It's not like you to take on partners, Candaris. You're getting soft.
Watch yourself, Gallo. You may be the newest cath hound in the pack, but you aren't top dog yet.
Enough. I won't have my top two men killing each other. That's not good business. I'm sure Candaris has an explanation as to why he's not working solo anymore.
This is a special case, Davik. I ran into someone the Exchange might want to recruit. You may have heard something of their exploits already.
Ah, yes. Now I recognize your companion. The rider who won the big swoop race. Very impressive, as was your display in the rather heated battle afterwards.
Well, I mean, it was kind of tough standing there while Bastila took everybody down. So, let's see. Good to finally meet you, Davik. It was nothing I couldn't handle. Or Brejik had to learn that double-crossers tend to end up dead. That would be something of dramatic irony to go with that, considering our whole purpose in coming here is essentially to double-cross Davik. Let's just be polite. Good to meet you.
You know, Candaris was right. The Exchange is always looking for new talent. You could have a bright future with our organization. With the recommendation from Candaris and a thorough background check, you could become part of the Exchange. Many would kill to prove themselves worthy of this honor.
I find it interesting, a thorough background check. So, working for a criminal organization goes through the same process as like being a teacher or getting a job with the government or something. So your offer intrigues me. Or sorry, I'm not interested. Just throw Candaris under the bus here. But no, we'll won't commit to anything. But the offer is intriguing. Sure.
Come with me. I will give you a tour of my operations. I'm certain you'll be most impressed. Ah, there she is. The Ebonhawk, my pride and joy, the fastest ship in the Outer Rim. Note the state-of-the-art security system I've had installed to protect her. The shields are completely impregnable. Nobody can get past them without the codes to try and steal my baby. Unfortunately, the Sith military blockade has grounded my vessel. The Ebonhawk can outrun any vessel in the galaxy. But even she isn't fast enough to avoid the auto-targeting laser cannons of the orbiting Sith fleet. I am, of course, working on acquiring the Sith departure codes so that I may come and go as I please. However, progress has been slow. But we should continue our tour.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't know anything about such codes.
These will be your accommodations. The slave quarters are just down the hall. If you need anything during your stay, food, a massage, feel free to call upon their services. If all goes well with your background check, you will be invited to join the Exchange. I'd advise you to accept the offer when it comes, or suffer the dire consequences of refusal.
Okay. I'm looking forward to working with you, Davik. I'm sorry, but I can't stay, or am I a prisoner here? I would like to... That does seem like something that's important to clarify. Am I actually imprisoned here, or am I free to come and go?
You will stay in these rooms as my guest for the next few days. I will not accept no for an answer. Feel free to visit the slave quarters at any time during your stay. I must warn you that if you are found anywhere outside the guest wing during your stay, or if you bother my other guests, my security forces will deal with you most harshly. I will return after the investigation into your background is complete. Until then, make yourself comfortable. Come, Callow. Let us leave our guests in peace.
Okay, we're inside. Now all we have to do is figure out a way to get past the Ebon Hawk security system, and we can get the rest of your group off this planet. No sense waiting around here, though. The sooner we get off Taris, the better.
Okay. Candace, you want to keep your voice down a little? I mean, Davik just left the room. The door's still open. Maybe don't announce your plans to backstab him quite so loud.
What?
So you'll notice Candace has a red background. This is because he is a little bit more on the dark side than our character is. It's not completely dark side, but he's definitely a little bit more that way, as opposed to Bastila, who's more light, and us who are more light. So, and might not recall, but when we had T3 with us, being that he's kind of neutral right in the middle, he just had kind of a grayish background. Okay, so let's... Candace only gets one skill point. Let's just have him be able to treat injuries. What does Candace have? Okay, Candace already has heavy armor. This feat allows the character to wear heavy armor. Characters without this feat cannot wear heavy armor. Soldiers get this feat for free. Wookiees and droids cannot wear armor suits. Okay, so he has some standard stuff. He has upgraded Improved Power Blast. Receives +8 to damage on the next blaster or missile attack, but the attack is made at a penalty of -3 to hit. Okay. Focus on specialization in heavy weapons adds a +2 damage bonus with heavy weapons and a +1 attack bonus. Okay, so he's probably going to stick to using heavy weapons, which I think we saw him before. He had some kind of a minigun or something on him that... Okay, so that makes sense. That's what he's focused on. And, okay, toughness. He has a little bit. Okay, so dueling isn't really going to help him because heavy weapons are not going to be one-handed. And we're probably going to want to keep him with heavy weapons. Melee stuff probably isn't going to help too much. So we can give him... Again, two-handed weapons are also not going to work with heavy weapons. So we can give him stuff to give him a few more skills. I think what we're going to do is... He has Rapid Shot. This feat allows a character to make an extra range attack during the round. The character suffers -4 to defense while using this feat for 3 seconds afterwards. They also suffer a -4 penalty to all attacks that round. So you can make an extra shot, but it's harder to hit because you're basically just spraying a bunch of shots around and hoping something hits. Let's improve that to Improved Rapid Shot, which reduces the defense penalty and the attack penalty. Oh. And there we go. Okay, we can't improve those anymore at the moment. So either we improve his toughness, or we give him some extra skill. Oh, there was one that was like additional saving throws. That would probably be a good one to give. Okay, it's conditioning. I always try to hit A to accept, forgetting I need to actually add the feat, not just highlight it. So, okay. And it's interesting that he uses heavy weapons, but he has more strength than dexterity. So let's... But of course, part of that is you can see, I think this medium armor is the best that we can give him at the moment. It has a defense bonus of 7. It says max dexterity bonus of 2. What that means is Candaris currently has a dexterity bonus of +1. If he had a dexterity bonus of, say, 3, as soon as he puts on this armor, that would be kind of capped at 2. The game would just treat it as if he had 2. Because when you're wearing heavier armor, you can't move around as well in. So I guess if we're going to keep him in some heavier armor, it makes sense that he wouldn't, not to increase his increase his dexterity too much. We might try to get it. Might try to see if we can give him a dexterity bonus of 2, though. That would at least help. Let's have you increase your fortitude. Don't think awareness is really going to help much. We'll give +2 will. And see, he's focused on strength, but yeah, I don't think that giving him the strength gauntlets is going to help much because he's still using a ranged weapon. Strength isn't really going to do anything for him, even though that seems to be the stat he's focused on. But I'm curious what the description of his repeating blaster is. Oh. Okay, this one go down. Okay, this prototype heavy repeater was developed during the latter part of the Mandalorian War and never saw general production. Okay, so you've got a prototype repeating blaster. It's upgradable, so we'll be able to upgrade it. That'll be nice. I think that's all. Yeah, I mean, he's holding it one-handed, but I guess you still can't dual wield him. That.
What can I do?
Sure. That would be nice, though. Okay, so that's the way out. Yeah, I think that's the way that Davik will get mad if we head out. Let's back this way. He has a throne room? Interesting. Alright, we'll... Okay, these must be the slave quarters.
Welcome to the slave quarters, Master. Here we have succulent fruits and berries to tempt your palate, as well as luxurious baths to soothe your aches and pains.
Now this is my kind of place.
Would you like a relaxing massage? Whatever your desire, we are here to serve.
Candaris really likes the fruits and berries and stuff, I guess. So I don't have time for that kind of thing right now. I need some information, or I'd love a massage. No, we don't have time for that. And I don't think I would feel comfortable getting it here anyway. So let's see if we can get some information from them.
But what could I possibly tell you? It is forbidden for slaves to leave this room on pain of torture and death.
Okay, tell me what I want to know, and I'll tell Davik how pleased I was with your performance, or maybe 50 credits will get you talking. I'm not sure I want to tell Davik how much we're going to interact with Davik, but at the same time, what's she going to do with 50 credits? I think maybe giving her a good performance review might be a better way to convince her.
Praise from the guest is a valuable commodity here. Davik rewards the slaves who perform their duties well. I will tell you what I know. Davik rarely lets us leave the slave quarters. We only know what we hear from Davik's guests. Recently, they've all been talking about poor Hudro. He was caught trying to steal some spice from the lab. Normally, Hudro is allowed to get away with things like that because he's Davik's personal pilot for the Ebon Hawk. But since the Sith have grounded every ship on the planet, Hudro doesn't get any more special treatment. They've locked him up in Davik's torture chambers.
Okay, so the torture chambers as well. Where is the torture chamber? Or what else can you tell me, or I'll be going. Let's ask where the torture chamber is.
I think you can get there through the hall behind the west door of Davik's throne room. Just keep going west from the slave quarters and you'll see the throne room. But Davik's certain to have guards patrolling the area. If you leave the guest wing, they'll shoot you on sight. Please, I don't know anything else.
Okay, I'll be going now.
Of course. Return whenever you wish to partake of what is offered here. We exist only to serve you.
Okay, a couple more slaves. Doubt we're going to get any more information. So, okay. Let's see if there's any other guests we can bother and
no problem
before we head out and disobey Davik's explicit order. Oh, this is interesting. With the security on the door, I was expecting this to be like another little like bedroom or guest room, but all we have are tables, not beds, and then we have heads on the walls from various animals. So I think that's a Rancor head. Interesting. So somebody's managed to take down a Rancor.
Got it.
Data pad, credits, some Pazat cards. What's on the data pad? This log seems to be an activity log for the day. Of interest is the following entry. Oh. No, sorry, that's a data pad from the Sith Base. I find it odd that sometimes we have like Beck data pad where we have a note of what kind of data pad it is. Other times it's just data pad, and I guess we have to look through and just try to remember which ones we've seen. Okay, this one sounds right. This datapad contains a record of Kalo Nord's trophy kills, sentient and otherwise. The last entry is an account of a recent Rancor hunt. What the Rancor lacked in intelligence, it made up for in size, strength, and ferocity. Conventional blasters were all but useless against its impenetrable hide, and I was forced to resort to more unorthodox methods to bring the beast down. Some well-placed mines near a watering hole were the first step, their explosions hurting the creature into a dead-end canyon where I lay in wait, perched among the rocks. As soon as the Rancor was below me, I dropped down onto its massive neck. It reared back, bucking and clawing in an effort to dislodge me, but I had the perfect position. Unable to shake me, the monster opened its mouth in an outraged howl, and I was able to flip several frag grenades down its gaping maw. The explosion blew me clear of the shredded corpse, but luckily the head was still intact. If I take it to Taris, I'm sure Davik will mount it in his trophy room along with the other heads I've collected for him. Davik's also expressed interest in hiring me. I may take him up on the offer, even though I still have yet to claim the greatest hunting trophy of all, a pearl from one of the crate dragons of Dantooine. Okay. So there's all the other stuff. See if I go through it, if it'll maybe make them not purple next time.
No problem. Got it.
Another Pazat card. Okay. So I wonder if is this Kalo Nord's personal stash, or is this like just people leave some Pazat cards in here? Alright, looks like we have a Space Gazelle. Some kind of underbite lizard. rather normal-looking goat. Okay, another lizard. Good. Giraffe lizard or something. There's a lot of reptiles in the Star Wars universe. And then whatever this is. So, okay. So, helping to establish more that Calo Nord is a very dangerous opponent. Although we took down a Rancor as well using a very similar method. If you'll recall, when we were sneaking into the Volcar base, there was a Rancor that we hid some grenades in a pile of food and then lured it to eat the food. So.
No problem. Got it.
Who are you? Why are you here? Get out or me call guards. Sorry, wrong room. I want to ask you some questions. Or time to die. No. We don't need trouble at this point, so sorry, wrong room. Get out, no bother me more. Yeah, whatever's in the chest back there probably isn't worth it.
No problem.
Hey, what's the idea of barging in here? Get out of here, or I'll call the guards.
The guards, slaves aren't allowed out of the slave quarters. I can't let them see me here.
Baby, wait. I wasn't actually going... Damn it! Okay, great. You just scared off my date for the night. So you better explain yourself before I lose my temper and call the guards.
Persuade, no need to call the guards, I just got lost, or sorry I wrecked your night, here's $50 for the inconvenience. Or 50 credits. That's... I think we have more than enough credits. We can pay him off so that we don't have to... really want to make sure that he doesn't call the guards and force us to have to fight through him, even though we're probably going to end up facing the guards in a couple minutes anyway as soon as we leave the guest quarters.
Okay, I guess it was an honest mistake. Give me the credits and I'll forget this ever happened. You better pay more attention to where you're going. Opening the wrong door around here can get you killed. Now get out of here and don't bother me again.
Okay, but before we do that, I am going to check this footlocker because since I paid you 50 credits, I think I deserve a little something in exchange. Okay, a few med pack and some things like computer spikes or droid parts. Not a bad trade. Now let's go ahead and save our game. So this is the this is Davik's throne room. So I guess he uses this as like an audience chamber or something. So like, here's a couple little waiting areas. Then people can come and approach him, and it's all big and impressive. I would think if you're going to be sitting here having people come to you, that you'd want. I thought usually thrones were a little bit closer to a wall so that, you don't have people able to get behind you and surprise you, especially if you're a crime lord and you might be worried about betrayal and things like that. And especially when you have not one but two doors behind you. Where do these go? Okay, can't actually see on the map yet. Oh, hello. Yes, don't mind me. We were just going to eliminate you all and loot the place before we stole Davik's starship and got out of here. So... Okay, I would tell you guys to forget that we were even here, but I don't think that's going to be an issue anymore. I only have 5 computer spikes. What can I do here? So in the spice lab, okay, there's a bunch of people in there. Can gas the room, but that would take all of our computer spikes. Barracks, that's where we are. Don't want to gas that room. The storage barracks has some droids in it. I don't think gassing the room is going to work on those guys. Hangar barracks, gassing the room. Looked like there might have been some oh no, those guys are armed, but I don't know. The guy in the middle, I'm not sure if he's actually a combatant or not. The spice lab itself, can't actually do anything there. The throne room, the guest room. Okay, between the little force field prison and the robots and the fact that guest is in quotes, I'm going to guess that's actually where the torture chamber is. The hangar, okay. Let's see what system commands. We can open all security doors. Can disable hangar security. Well, we can't do that. Upload area schematics. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think that would be nice to be able to see where everything is. So, okay. Yeah, come on, I want to. There we go. Okay, so if we go through this door, we'll be at the barracks. Okay. If we go through that door, we'll be able to find some more barracks and the guest room and the spice lab. And then we can loop around. Now, technically, if we were trying to be stealthy, we could try to avoid all these barracks. Use this to not do that. But I think we'll get more experience if we actually take out all the guards, and they might have some good loot on them. So, yeah, I think some massive layoffs are coming for Davik's organization here. Well, I guess these are droids. I don't know how much the droids some repair kit, parts, computer spike, and a med pack. Okay, so pretty standard supplies, not bad. None of the droids had anything on them. Oh, hello, bounty hunter. What are you? Appear to be a Trandoshan. Kind of lizardish. Candaris, behind you. Closer. So, this is a Trandoshan. You might remember he was Trandoshan. A Trandoshan was actually in the original Star Wars trilogy as Bosk, one of the bounty hunters that Darth Vader hired to try to track down the Millennium Falcon. So, very briefly seen, but they do appear a lot in Star Wars media as a result. That doesn't mean they're always the best fighters. So, torture droids. Yeah, I'm beginning to think this isn't really a guest room.
Thank you. You have no idea what it was like in that torture cage. I don't know how much more I could take before going mad.
Okay. I actually didn't know that turned off the cage, but glad we helped him out. So I couldn't sit by and just let you suffer. So now that you're free, there's the matter of a reward. Or, okay, you're free. Now give me my reward or I'll kill you myself. There are some options that would let us be a real jerk. But I don't really want to do that. I am glad that you're out and that you're not suffering anymore, so we'll say that was planned.
I don't have anything to give you as a reward for freeing me. Nothing tangible anyway. But I've got information that could be worth a fortune. I used to be the pilot of the Ebonhawk, Davik's flagship. I know the codes to disable the security system protecting it. I'll load them onto your datapad now. You can use those codes to steal the Ebonhawk right out of its hangar. Sell it to the highest bidder, ransom it back to Davik. Whatever you do, you'll make thousands.
Oh, okay, thank you. You're free to go now, or I want to ask you some questions, or you better come up with more of a reward. Okay. Do you have any other information? I would like to ask you some more questions if you do.
Questions? Please. I've already told you the only useful thing I know. Just let me go before Davik figures out I'm missing.
Okay, you're free to go now.
It won't be long until Davik figures out I'm free. I have to get out of this base before that happens.
I mean,
We've got what we came for. We should get going.
I mean, you'd think we could have offered to take him with us on the Ebonhawk, since we're planning on getting out of here as well, but I guess that's not an option for some reason. Oh, computer pass card. The Trandoshan had a computer pass card on him. What's that do for us? Seems to be a standard keycard for use at secure terminals. Most likely this one is designed to Davik's computer system. Okay, so that means we won't have to slice terminals anymore. Now, one of the things they've done here, if you were trying to sneak through quickly and not go absolutely everywhere like we are, there's of course the fact that we've been told that there's a security system on the Ebonhawk when you get there, and you might have noticed there's a few different ways to bypass it. When we were looking through the computer terminal, there was an option to disable the hangar security. It cost a lot of computer spikes, but if you'd been saving those up, that would be an option. We have this guy that we were told about earlier, and we came here and freed him. He gave us some information to help us get past the security. Or we could just charge in and try to, outfight any security and get through the shields somehow.
No problem. How dare you invade my chambers? How rude! I am a personal guest of Davik himself. I left specific instructions that you guards were not to disturb me until morning. How can Davik expect me to invest in his ventures with this kind of incompetence on display? I should summon the other guards and report you to your commanding officer.
Okay. We could try to persuade him. Davik just wanted me to make sure you didn't need anything. Or we can tell him, I don't work for Davik, you overinflated windbag. Or you touch that alarm and you're a dead man. Let's try to talk our way out of it. I don't know that insulting him or threatening him is really going to work well here. Although if he's just an investor, threatening him might work. But it might also convince him to summon the guards on us anyway. If he's... I don't think he would do it out of a sense of loyalty or anything, but he might just be stupid enough to to do it and think we're bluffing. So yeah, we're just checking on you to make sure that you didn't need to be checked on.
Well, I suppose I can forgive the intrusion in this case. Tell Davik I admire a host who has his underlings check up on the well-being and comfort of his guests. I don't require anything right now. You can tell Davik everything about my stay has been most pleasing so far. Here's a 5-credit chip for your trouble, sir.
So we can tell him we don't work for Davik now, or thank you, sir. Yes, thank you.
Now scurry on back to Davik. If I find I have need of anything, I'll buzz you. Until then, I expect you to respect my privacy.
Okay. Privacy does not include strong boxes, I'm assuming. Credits, sonic grenade, heavy combat suit, an armor upgrade, a heavy blaster, and a med pack. Excuse me. And 500 credits. Why, thank you for the tip, sir. I will let you get back to not needing anything. Also, please don't mind the shooting coming from the room next door. Didn't see him over there and thought that my character was just like firing way off target.
Let's make this quick.
Of course, there's also the little wrinkle that we know this, even if the characters don't. We know that the Sith are planning to destroy this planet somehow in a couple hours, so I'm thinking most of these people, it's not really going to matter whether we leave them alive or not in the long run. But of course our characters don't know that, so they still are making their decisions based on what they know at the moment. Okay. I think you're a good choice for a grenade. Credits. Credits. Med pack in the first aid area. And okay. If I cycle through the targets, I can kind of get back to the beginning without any new ones. I know that I've got everything in the room, so. Okay. Now seems like a good place to save. I think we should be making it out of here before too long. Alright. It's interesting we haven't seen any... If we look at our map, I don't see any place that would lead to... I don't see any place that would lead to Davik's, like, you know, his private chambers or anything. I would have thought those would be, if maybe not like directly attached to the throne room, but somewhere up there ways a bit. And what is this next to? It looks like to the right of the hangar, that looks like another ship in a hangar with a more decorative floor. Or maybe our hangar, this hangar has the same floor, it's just this one has a white overlay and that one doesn't. Probably because I don't see any doors to get over to that other hangar, so the white areas are areas where we can travel, and I guess that's just on the map, but it's not a place we can get to. Okay. So there is at least one more ship, so maybe somebody will be able to escape the coming destruction. Now, it looks like there's just one guy here, but we saw from our from the security camera that there's guys flanking the door as well. Credits a cryoban grenade. Okay, might be fun to check out. Security terminal. Use the access card. Okay, we can do that instead of slicing. Okay, so we still need to disable the hangar security, but now because we have the codes on our datapad, we can just do it. We can just do it as a command rather than having to use computer spikes to do it. So it was a good thing we checked this terminal. Otherwise, the security would have still been up when we went to the hangar. So let's go ahead and disable it. I don't know that we have too many more security doors to deal with, so we'll just. I want to make sure that I don't end up loading the game and then forgetting to do that. So, okay, this just takes us back to the throne room. Okay, so there's nothing else here. So let's enter the hangar. I don't think we can return to our hideout to heal up, so let's heal up first, just in case we have more guards. It looked like the hangar was empty, but you never know.
What?
I'm here.
Oh, that's right. We can press A to activate a friendly force power. Okay. That's right. I don't need to use a healing pack. I can just have Bastila force heal us all. That's probably close enough.
Damn those Sith, they're bombing the whole planet. I knew they'd turn on us sooner or later. Oh, look what we got here. Thieves in a hangar. So, you figured you'd just steal my ship for your getaway and leave me high and dry while the Sith turn the planet into dust? Sorry, but that ain't gonna happen.
I'll take care of them, Davik. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Make it quick, Carlo. The Sith mean business. If we don't get to our ships and find somewhere safe, the bombs they're dropping will kill us all.
Okay, Davik, it's not that you're wrong in your assessment. I just am not entirely sure how you reached that assessment. The Sith are bombing the planet and we show up in the hangar doesn't necessarily mean that we were planning to steal the ship. We could have been looking for you, asking if we could get passage on the ship. We weren't, but, I mean, I don't see how you didn't know that at the time. I think someone's just been jumping to conclusions. But I guess now we're fighting, so it doesn't really matter at this point, does it? All right, I think Davik will probably be the easier one to take down, so we'll go after him first. And are you guys gonna help out? See, Candace, you're not even like in attack mode. Here, okay, you do improved power blast. Okay, and Bastila, you can go force stun him. Okay. Okay, I can pause it. Let's try this cryoban grenade. That seemed like it might be fun. I think we took out Davik, so did we? No, Davik's still up. So why was I targeting Kalo? I don't know. Okay, but Bastila is down. I don't know why it keeps saying party member killed. You would think they would just say like party member down or something, since unless we all get wiped out, she's just gonna pop up anyway. She's not actually dead.
You may have me outnumbered and outgunned, but if I'm going down, I'm taking all of you with me. This thermal detonator will blow us all to bits.
Oh!
Bring this whole hangar down around our ears.
Okay. Well, that was good job, team. Nice work. Oh, Bastila is down again. Oh, we're taking like constant damage here, aren't we? Okay, let's see what Davik had on him. Adrenal Stamina, Arcanian Energy Shield. We will check that out once we are safely off planet. Davik's Warsuit. Okay, sounds fun. And Davik's Visor. Is this... Nope, that's not lootable. Okay, enough looting, let's get to the ship. Do you wish to board the Ebonhawk? Okay. You can either board the Ebonhawk or step away from the boarding ramp. The reason for this is because I think once we board it, we are committed to leaving Taris. So I think we're done with everything. We are good to go.
Let's get this ship fired up. We'll pick up the rest of your friends and then we'll have to get off this planet.
Well, I'm glad that Canderous was, he's still committed to helping the rest of our team. He's not like, yeah, forget them, let's just save ourselves. He might have some dark tendencies, but he seems to value some honor and loyalty at least.
Taris is defenseless against our assault, Lord Malak. They are offering no resistance. The city is in ruins.
Resume the bombardment, Commander. Wipe this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
So we saw the laser blasts, some of them coming through Davik's hangar, so now we're seeing what was going on outside. Oh my. Wow. It's quite the reign of destruction there.
Plot a course for Dantooine. There's a Jedi Enclave there where we can find refuge.
Incoming fighters!
Quickly, to the gun turrets. You have to hold the Sith fighters off until we get those hyperspace coordinates punched in.
So the codes keep them from targeting us with their automatic cannons, but their fighter crews don't care. Yet at the same time, even though their fighter crews have identified us as enemies, the larger ships still aren't going to fire their cannons. Okay. Seems like that's an efficiency issue, Sith, but let's see if I can do this with the controller. I can't open up a menu. This is going to be a little tricky because when I'm in a turret like this, I'm used to it inverting the controls. You're kind of like a flight simulator. But I don't do that normally with my my character, so this is not inverted controls. So if you see me go in completely the wrong direction sometimes, that's probably why. Okay, so that's good. Have a little bit of a radar on the bottom left that I can kind of see some stuff, but I can only see what direction it is. I can't see its elevation. I think that's a sign we're taking too much damage. We need to hurry up and get rid of these guys. Look, would you guys just like come in from angles so that I can actually hit you? Thank you. Okay. Entire party has been killed. Return to main menu. Oh, I have to... Wow, it hasn't saved it since the... I assumed it would have auto-saved like when we took off. Okay, guess we redo this fight. Okay, now we know throw a save on before we get on board the Ebonhawk.
Damn those Sith, they're bombing the whole planet. I knew they'd turn on the
Yes,
super-
Davik, we've heard it. Let's just get to fighting.
Down here, thieves in a hangar. So, you figured you'd just steal my ship for your getaway and leave me high and dry
cannot
while
skip
the
this.
Sith turn the planet into dust? Sorry, but that ain't gonna happen.
I'll take care of them, Davik. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Make it quick, Carlo. The Sith mean business. If we don't get to our ships and find somewhere safe, the bombs they're dropping will kill us all.
Now, we've encountered Kalo before, but I can't imagine that he has much of a personal grudge against us since we didn't really interact. So I'm assuming he's... It did sound like he and Candaris are a bit at odds, so I'm assuming he's looking forward to testing himself against Candaris. Man, these guys do have quite a bit of health, though. I like how Davik is not immune to the shoot the floor 5 feet in front of you mischance. Okay, don't have any more shields. I don't have any more shields, okay. Try just... There we go.
If I'm going down, I'm taking all of you with me. This thermal detonator will blow us all to bits. Damn those shit! Bring this whole hangar down around our ears!
So one of the things I notice is just looking at the storytelling here. We had a cutscene, and then we have this cutscene finishing the fight. Like we didn't actually kill Kalo. I don't even think we killed Davik. I think we got him down a little bit, and then it was as the cutscene started, it looked like one of the orbital shots hit him. But they let us get into the fight anyway. And I think part of that was precisely because Davik and Kalo were so tough and you know, we weren't doing much damage, and Bastila went down and they were still well above half health. I think it wanted to make sure that we felt outmatched. That yeah, if things hadn't been fortuitous, we probably would have loss there. So, but fortunately, luck was on our side. The Force was with us, as they say in the Star Wars universe. Okay, get on board.
Let's get these ships.
Try to do a little better job of taking out the fighters.
Taris is defenseless against our assault.
I don't know why some of these I can skip and some I can't.
They are offering no resistance. The city is in ruins.
Resume the bombardment, Commander. Wipe this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
There we go.
Plot a course for Dantooine. There's a Jedi Enclave there where we can find refuge.
Incoming fighters!
Quickly, to the gun turrets. You have to hold the Sith fighters off until we get those hyperspace coordinates punched in.
Okay, fortunately, we're all lined up that we were able to take out a good number of them just from the initial. Okay. It is really hard to see you guys against the black background at times. Oh, it's not fair flying down that low. Then the sun's in my eyes. Fly a little higher, please. Thank you. Sometimes you just have to ask nicely.
Dantooine. Seems like a lifetime since I last set foot on her surface. Though in truth, it's only been a few months. We should be safe from Malak here. For now, at least.
Safe? You saw what his fleet did to Taris. There wasn't a building over 2 stories high left standing. They turned the planet into one big pile of rubble.
Even the Sith would think twice before attacking Dantooine. There are many Jedi here, including several of the most powerful Masters of the Order. There is great strength within this place.
Okay. I agree with Bastila, we should be safe here, or I think Karth has a point, we should keep moving. If the name Dantooine sounds familiar, it was also mentioned in the original Star Wars trilogy. When Leia was being interrogated for the location of the Rebel base, and Tarkin initially threatened to blow up Alderaan, she said, "They're on Dantooine." And then he said, "Okay, yeah, great, now we know where the Rebel base is, blow up Alderaan anyway." But, so, Dantooine, we were told then, was too remote to make a good example, and that seems to kind of be similar here. It's not... it's a bit of a remote place, but the Jedi have a presence here at this point in time, which again is a couple thousand years before the events of the films. But, I agree with Bastila. We should be safe here. Dantooine is too remote to make a good example, so...
We can get supplies here and recuperate. The Academy is a place of mental and spiritual healing. Something we could all use after what we've been through.
Maybe you're right. It isn't easy to witness the annihilation of an entire planet. I know Mission must be taking it pretty hard.
She will find a way to come to terms with her grief. She's stronger than she appears. We just need to give her time. Now I must go speak with the Council. I need their advice on recent developments. After I've met with them, I will meet you outside the ship.
So, Mission must be taking it pretty hard. I guess nobody cares that Zalbar has also been there a while and probably had friends with the Vex. Might be taking it hard as well. Or even Canderous, for that matter. He didn't seem to get along with some of Kalos or Davik's folk, but I'm sure he had some friends there.
I've spoken briefly with the Council. They request an audience with you. We should go at once.
An audience with the Jedi Council? It's pretty unusual for someone who isn't even a Jedi. What's this about, Bastila?
I'm sorry, Koth, but I cannot tell you. All I ask is that you trust in the Force and the wisdom of the Council.
Well, I don't like being left out of the loop, but I'm not looking to get you in any trouble with the Jedi Masters. We'll do things your way for a while.
Come, they're expecting us. I will lead you to the Council chambers.
Okay, until you have talked with the Jedi Council, you will be unable to switch characters in and out of your party. Okay. So, we're following Bastila, but she's not technically part of our party at the moment, and I can't take any party members with me. Lots of people to talk to, but for now we'll just follow Bastila. We'll probably be able to come back and speak to them later.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you mock the honor traditions of our order?
Is that Karth running past Bastila? Okay. Saw somebody in, I thought was us, but then since we're here, I think it must have been Karth. He was also wearing slightly different armor, so. So are you a Jedi? Or I believe you are mistaken. I'm not a Padawan. I'm JJ48 and I came here with Bastila. Yeah, I think you're mistaken.
Bastila. I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her own talents. But as for you, you claim you are not a Padawan? I find this hard to believe. The Force is strong within you. I can feel its presence. If this is some type of jest, it is in very poor taste. The Jedi Order is not a subject for jokes.
I'm telling you the truth, or I didn't come here to be scolded by you. No, I'm telling you the truth, and I can confirm that you are spot on about Bastila's pride issues.
Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It was harsh and perhaps unfair. My master often warns me that I must learn to control my emotions. I see I have much left to learn. I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
Okay. And with you as well. So I kind of like we have this we have this little courtyard garden here, the tree in the middle. So I think Bastila went this way. There's Karth. Okay. I'll see you later, Karth.
So you are the one who rescued Bastila. It is appropriate you are here. We have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Vandar, and of course the chronicler of our academy, Master Dorak.
Of course.
Padawan Bastila, I am sure you are already familiar with.
Wait, Bastila's just a Padawan? Okay, interesting. So what do you want from me? Or, so you've drawn me into your little trap, Bastila, what now? Isn't the Jedi Council on Coruscant? Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Isn't the Council on Coruscant?
Yes, the High Council of the Jedi Order is on Coruscant, but we are the council in charge of the training facility here on Dantooine.
Okay. Okay, so you're like a sub-council or a regional council. Got it. So, what do you want from me? Or I've got questions. I think what do you want is probably the biggest question at the moment.
Bastila tells us you are strong in the Force. We are considering you for Jedi training.
that's pretty exciting. Get to be a Jedi. Nothing would give me greater honor than learning the ways of the Jedi, or I don't know if I'm ready for this. I kind of want to be a Jedi. That would be a great honor.
Master Jar speaks out of turn, perhaps. We need indisputable proof of your strong affinity to the Force before we would even consider accepting you for training.
Proof? Surely the entire Council can feel the strength of the Force within this man. And I've already related to you the events that took place on Taris.
Perhaps it was simple luck.
We both know there is no luck. There is only the Force. We all feel the power in Bastila's companion, though it is wild and untamed. Now that this power has begun to manifest itself, can we safely ignore it?
The Jedi training is long and difficult, even when working with a young and open mind. Teaching a child is hard. How much harder will it be for an adult to learn the ways of the Jedi?
Oh, but I want to use a lightsaber. See, I'm willing to try my best, or I am ready to accept the training, and my age has nothing to do with it. Okay, I know that one's got to be a trap, because, I mean, we all know from watching the films that you do or do not, there is no try. So, yeah, I want to accept the training, and don't worry about my age.
Such pride, such arrogance. This one is already on the path to the dark side.
As are many who are not given proper training, Master Vrook. Only through our guidance can we hope to lead those who have strayed back to the path of the light.
Traditionally, the Jedi do not accept adults for training, though there are rare exceptions in the history of our order. But you are a special case.
I agree with Master Dorak. Many of our own pupils are leaving the Jedi Order to follow the Sith teachings. We need recruits to stand against Malak. With Revan dead...
Are you certain Revan is truly dead? What if we undertake to train this one and the Dark Lord should return?
We should discuss this matter more fully in private. Bastila, you and your companion must go. This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
Are we having another dream vision?
The dark side is strong in this place. I can feel its power.
I think that's Malak when he had a working jaw.
Is this wise? The ancient Jedi sealed this archway. If we pass beyond this door, we can never go back. The Order will surely banish us. Are the secrets of the Star Forge so valuable? Can its power truly be worth the risk?
Looking for something called the Star Forge.
This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting.
Did she say anything else? Or I had a rough night? Or let's go. Karth doesn't seem like he's really interested in hearing about our dreams, so let's just ask if Bastila said anything else.
No, she didn't. She didn't seem well, as I recall, and for that matter, neither do you. Are you all right?
Had a rough night, let's go, or I'm fine, let's go. I can admit that it was a bit rough, but...
You got it.
Let's go. It's not a big deal. Okay, who should we take with us? Can't take Bastila. There's T3, Zalbar, Karth, Canderous, or Mission. I think Zalbar will be a good one as kind of the melee meat shield. And take Mission, she'll talk with them, and she's also good if we need any stealth done. Mission seems rather distant. Maybe you should talk to her. Okay, I think this is because... This is either because we've leveled up, and so this is a... Hey, you've leveled up, so now we can talk to Mission a little bit more about her past. Or, as we were told, Mission has spent a good portion of her life on Taris and was pretty close with a lot of people there, so that might be it. Let's speak to her and find out what's going on.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Taris. I still can't believe it's gone. I mean, I grew up there and now it's just gone.
Called it. Sorry, that's probably not the proper attitude for consoling somebody. Malik will pay for what he did, Mission. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Taris is a wasteland. Get over it. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's not a correct answer. I don't think we need to focus on vengeance. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Which, ironically enough, is what we are choosing to say.
I don't really think there's anything you can say. I just have to find some way to deal with it, I guess. It'll take some time. Look, I'm not saying I can't go on or anything like that. It's a shock, you know? I mean, I knew the Sith were evil and all, but the reality of it kind of slaps you in the face. But I suppose that's why we need to stop Malik, right? The more time I spend dwelling on Taris, the more chance some other planet will get wiped out. I guess that's what it comes down to. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And if you need my help against Malik or the Sith, I'll be there for you.
Okay, props to Mission. She knows, presumably, that Malik is an evil Dark Jedi Sith Lord person, and she saw a fleet destroy her entire planet, and she's like, hey, yeah, if you want to take him on, I'm cool with that, let's go. So, but let's see. Just thinking of equipment, I would actually like to... Zalbar, I'll have you right back. I just want to get something off of T3 real quick, because if Mission's going to be with us, I believe I gave T3 the second best blaster, and Mission will want it now. So. There we go. This Arcanian Energy Shield. Energy, Sonic, Cold, Heat, Electrical, 40 points total. Okay, it's pretty good. Even 2,000 years after the designs were pioneered, Arcanian technology remained desirable. When equipped and activated, this forearm shield protects against a variety of combat conditions, though it must be replaced often due to burnout. Okay, I'll take that. Mission, we can give you Karth's Blaster. Should be a little bit of an upgrade. What's Davik's Visors do? Bonus feat, Improved Power Blast. Davik's Visor is designed to enhance the user's ability to target and deal damage when using a blaster. I guess she doesn't... We don't necessarily need her to have more awareness, so that might be useful. Allow her to use Improved Power Blast in combat if we need it. Since I don't have access to it, it'd be nice if someone in the party does. Bonus of 5 and 4. Okay, so that's good. Go ahead and give her another energy shield. And you don't need strength gauntlets, but Zalbar can probably benefit from those. Yeah. And the reason I swapped those out, even though I'm giving him the prototype Vibroblade anyway, is because the right-hand weapon is kind of the main weapon, and the left weapon is the secondary weapon. So I believe I upgraded Mission's Vibroblade to be slightly better, although they're looking awfully the same. Attack modifier +2, that's going to be the difference. Yeah. So I want the better one in the right hand, because that's the one that is going to be stats are a little bit more important. Oh, and you do have an implant slot, that's right. So gives dexterity +1, which I don't think is going to actually help you as Halbar, so. Alright. That's pretty good. Oh. Level you guys up. Okay, so he has improved power attack. We've already given him weapon focus melee. We can give him more toughness so that he can get more hit points. Wait a second. Zalbar, do you not have? You don't have 2-weapon fighting? Huh. Well, we can fix that. We can give you 2-weapon fighting. That'll make you more effective with 2 weapons. Okay, and you might have noticed before Zalbar's bonuses to hit were, I think, +0 for the left and +8 for the right, so improved quite a bit with that. That's the only level up he gets. Okay, that's the only level up she gets. So. Okay, so we have Jedi, we have a protocol droid, we have a Jedi. What were we even doing? We were going to go see the Jedi Council or something. Here's Lur Arca Salas. Greetings, sentient. May I take a moment of your time for a question? Go ahead, only if I get to ask you something in return, or I don't have time for questions. Yeah, go ahead. I represent a human citizen of Dantooine by the name of Rundil Otsulem. His ranch has had considerable difficulty with Mandalorian raiders for many years. His young daughter was kidnapped by those raiders many years ago and has not been returned. Might you have news of her? Her name is Sasha. Well, I mean, I just landed on this planet, I think, yesterday, so... sorry, I have no idea who you're talking about. Do you actually believe she's still alive, or is there a reward for this news? I'm curious, do you believe she's still alive? You said that she was taken years ago. It is not customary for the Mandalorians to terminate their captives. It is my hope Sasha has escaped or been sold into slavery. If so, I may yet locate her. Sorry, I have no idea of any Sasha. I guess if I meet a Sasha, I'll let you know. Ah, that is too bad. I shall have to continue my search. Okay, are problems with Mandalorians common on Dantooine? Isn't this something the local authorities should handle? Is there anything of interest on Dantooine that you can tell me about? Or I'll keep an eye out for your girl. I'm curious, is it... Pretty much the only thing we know about Dantooine so far is that there's a Jedi training facility here. Are there Mandalorians as well? Is there any conflicts going on? I understand they are, though I know little of the history behind this conflict. Someone native to this planet could tell you more. Are the local authorities able to help out? That does seem like something local authorities would do. Dantooine has little in the way of local authorities, Sentient. I asked the Jedi of the Enclave to intervene, but they have far more pressing concerns to attend to. As is often the way on this planet, if a citizen wishes to accomplish something, they must seek to do it themselves. Okay, is there anything of interest on Dantooine you can tell me about? There is no large urban center on Dantooine, if that is what interests you. I find the variety and number of natural habitats to be most intriguing, however. If you get the chance, I would urge you to explore the planet's ranges in more detail. They are quite beautiful. Okay. So yes, I will keep an eye out for this Sasha and let you know if I hear anything. I would appreciate that, Sentient. Okay. So it seems like, okay, just generic Jedi and security droids. Okay, and Dizra, who's actually... Are you actually wearing the same outfit as... Okay, no, your shirt's a bit different. I think. You don't have like a bright... You're actually wearing like robes. Also crossed over... Looks like they're crossed over the opposite way. Well, it's weird because it looks like they're crossed right over left above the belt, but then the part that below the belt is left over right. So it's a very strange cut to your robe, sir. Welcome to the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. I do not believe we know each other. My name is Dizra Lord Jada. You may call me Dizra. I have not heard of any new apprentices being accepted for training recently. What brings you to this place, if I may ask? Okay, I came here with Bastila, or my business is my own. I don't think it's too big of a secret that I came here with Bastila. Yes, of course, I should have known. I have only heard a little of how she escaped the destruction of Taris. Tell me, did she save you from that planet as well? She didn't save me. We worked together to escape Taris. Or get your story straight. I'm the one who saved her. I think we worked together. She did a bit of the work as well. Oh, I see. Well, I meant no offense, of course. In any case, it is good to have her back here on Dantooine again. We were afraid Malik had captured her. I hope you enjoy your time here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you. Okay, and with you as well, sir. Okay, Balea. I think she's the one who said we'd need robes.
I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we want to head this way.
Bastila has told us of a most unusual development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A vision of Malak and Revan in the ancient ruins here on Dantooine.
These ruins have long been known to us, but we believe them to be merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malak found something there.
Ah. So, yes, they seem to be searching for something. Or I don't want to talk about it. What? How would Bastila know if we shared a dream? That's right, I didn't even tell Karth about it. And he was asking if something was wrong, so how would Bastila know?
She says she has felt your presence within the dream. The presence she has felt within you ever since...
Master Vandar.
Ever since Taris. It is not unknown for this to happen between two people strong in the Force. Bastila has described this shared dream to the Council in great detail. We feel it is more than a dream. It is a vision. The Force is acting through you, as it acts through Bastila.
Okay. I'm having visions now, or I trust in your greater wisdom? I mean, I kind of want to hear more about this if you have information. I am having visions now?
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force, and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student, but rarely does a bond develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us. Together.
Okay. So are you saying I'm joined with her? Or what are you talking about? Okay, I think I kind of get where they're going with this, so... You know, what is this connection?
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long and difficult, as you must learn. Are you ready for such hardship?
Are you saying the dark side's easier? Because I don't tend to raise the difficulty too much on games when I play. But, let's see. Yes, I'm ready for whatever awaits me. I will try my best. Or we can lie. Of course, masters, I seek to follow the light. And it being a lie, that would indicate that we would be saying that if we did not, in fact, intend to follow the light. But I do want to follow the light, if I may, so I am ready for whatever awaits me.
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us.
Then why was I given a choice?
Across the galaxy, the numbers of our order dwindle. We have sent many Jedi in quest of a way to thwart Malak's advance. Many have not returned. The Sith hunt the Jedi down like animals, ambushing and assassinating our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
Other Jedi have fallen from the light and embraced the dark side, giving their allegiance to the Sith and Malak, their Dark Lord.
So Jedi are turning to the dark side? Or we can lie. Do not fear, masters, I will not fall. Or how can he be stopped? Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Jedi are turning to the dark side?
The lure of the dark side is not easy to resist. Malak's power grows as more and more planets fall to his conquering armies.
If Malak is not stopped, the Republic will fall, and the Jedi will be hunted to extinction. The galaxy will enter a time of darkness and tyranny, not seen for 1,000 generations.
The Council has decreed that you and Bastila must investigate the ancient ruins you dreamed of, once the Council deems you ready.
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted, and perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
Okay, hold up. You say I need to investigate these ruins after you deem me ready. Maybe we should start with how do I demonstrate that I'm ready before you start giving me the details of the mission. Because I do not have a good memory, and I guarantee anything you tell me about the details of the mission, I will forget by the time we get through the deeming of me being ready. So, I'm ready now. I accept this mission. I don't know if I want to do this. It sounds dangerous. Or we can lie. Of course, masters. Anything to further the light. I get the feeling if we were wanting to play a Dark Jedi and lying, we would kind of be going a little over the top. And disregarding the fact that these are Jedi Masters and could probably detect us lying, I think anybody would be able to tell from that kind of language that, like, yeah, this guy's just saying what he thinks we want to hear. Yeah, okay, I'd better accept this now. I accept the mission so that I don't forget what you're telling me.
The Force flows through you like no student we have ever seen. But you're willful and headstrong, a dangerous combination.
Before we send you to investigate the ruins, you must be trained in the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself, within all of us. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
Okay, so we don't have time for this. Or as you wish, Master Vandar. Where we can lie, I surrender myself to the will of the Council. Now, just as you wish, Master Vandar. Yeah, I do think time is of the essence, but I can see where, what is it? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, something like that. So
we must begin your training at once. You have a destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face. The entire fate of the galaxy is upon you.
I can only hope you will prove up to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult. Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly understand the way of the Jedi, you must open your mind to knowledge. Seek wisdom in the teachings of the great masters of our Order. A Jedi is never alone. Others in the Order will always stand by you. You and Bastila share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when you need help in your training. The way of the Jedi is difficult. It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere apprentice, your potential is unlimited, and your progress amazing. In all my years, I have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You have done in weeks what many cannot do in years. I am honored to welcome you
weeks.
Fully
it seems like it's
into
been
the Jedi Order.
2 minutes.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
Okay. So what must I do to prove myself? Or I want to ask some questions, Master Czar. Questions about Revan and Malak. Since we have the opportunity to ask some questions, yes, can you tell me about Revan and Malak?
Few mention those names around here anymore, but I suppose it is just as dangerous to deny they were ever part of the Order. When I was still on Coruscant, Revan and Malak often came to me for additional training. In particular, Revan's hunger to learn seemed insatiable. I should have recognized this as a warning sign, but I perceived the young Padawan's lust for knowledge as simple exuberance and eagerness. Revan was my most promising pupil, one I felt sure would someday become a champion of the Jedi Order.
Good job with that. So what happened?
The Jedi Order moved too slowly for Revan and Malak. We were too cautious in their eyes. They always sought to learn far quicker than their masters felt was prudent. It is one thing to understand a lesson, but to truly comprehend it takes a wisdom that only comes with time. Several years ago, when the Mandalorian threat first arose, Revan and Malak were eager to journey to the Outer Rim to defeat the enemy of the Republic. But the Council felt it best if we moved with care and caution. The true threat, the Council feared, had not yet revealed itself. But Revan would not be dissuaded. Charismatic and powerful, it was inevitable many of the Order would flock to Revan's seemingly noble cause. Malak was the first to join his closest friend. Others soon followed, many of our youngest and brightest, intent on saving the galaxy from the Mandalorian threat.
Okay, so they disobeyed the Jedi Council. Or what happened to this noble mission? I should be going now. Yeah, what happened next? Tell us about that.
They were foolish to disregard the Council's wishes. I do not know what happened to Revan Malak and their followers on the farthest reaches of the Outer Rim, but something corrupted them. Their ideals became twisted, their spirits were tainted, and they fell to the dark side. There is a lesson in this, a lesson you would do well to take to heart. The dark side can corrupt even the most noble of Jedi.
I will heed the lesson, Master Czar. Or, yeah, get on with it. No, that actually seems like a pretty important question or lesson to take to heart, so yes, I will heed it.
You have learned much, yet there is much more for you to still understand. The way of the Jedi must be entered into with a clear and focused mind. When you feel that you are ready to continue your training, know that you can find me here.
Okay, well, thank you. Wait, where did Mission go? Oh, there she is. Okay. Since we're here, let's see if I have anything to upgrade. Okay, we can go ahead and upgrade that. Add an additional damage to it. And we can add this, which just increases attack bonus and increases damage. So, okay. Those will be better. Okay, both blasters are fully upgraded, and nobody's using Zalbar's bowcaster at the moment, so we won't upgrade it. We can always upgrade it later if we get somebody who starts using it. What's the training computer do? Okay, accessing information database, data link confirmed, beginning training orientation. Welcome, Sentient. It is important for the peace and harmony of all beings that the many paths of the Jedi Order be understood. Only through knowledge can all see the truth of the Force. Jedi Guardians train for battle and physical prowess. In contrast, Jedi Counselors seek to master the awesome power of the Force. Jedi Sentinels seek to find a balance between these two extremes. Okay, so we can find out more about Guardians, Counselors, and Sentinels, or show me a statistical comparison of all three classes. So what's going to happen is we are going to, I think pretty soon, get to pick that we want to be one of these classes, so it's telling us about them. So let's learn about the Guardian. Jedi Guardians battle against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus on combat training and masterful use of the lightsaber. Okay, class attributes: 10 vitality per level, 4 force points per level, slow skill progression, fast feat progression. So skills, they're going to have not as many skills every level, but feats they'll get more often. Jedi Guardians gain the Force Jump feat automatically. This feat allows them to instantly close the distance and attack an opponent within 10 meters. Okay, what about the Jedi Consular? Jedi Consulars seek to bring balance to the universe. They focus less on physical combat and more on mental disciplines in order to augment their mastery of the Force. I don't know. I think we saw in the prequel trilogy that bringing balance isn't necessarily a good thing. That was the whole deal, was Anakin Skywalker will bring balance to the Force by killing all the Jedi. So 6 vitality per level, 8 force points per level, slow skill progression, and slow feat progression. So they don't get as many skills or feats, but they get a lot more force points. Jedi Consulars gain the Force Focus feat automatically. This feat makes it harder for opponents to resist their Force powers. And what about the Sentinel? Jedi Sentinels ferret out deceit and injustice, bringing them to the light. They strike a balance between the physical and mental disciplines of the Jedi Order. Okay. 6 force points per level, but kind of in the middle on vitality and force points, average skill progression, and slow feat progression. So all of them have slow feat progression, I think. Jedi Sentinels gain the Jedi Immunity feat automatically. No, the Jedi Guardian had fast feat progression, never mind. So the Jedi Immunity feat automatically, this makes them immune to fear. Okay. And statistical comparison. Okay, yep. So the Sentinel is right in the middle, the Guardian has the most vitality, Counselor has the most force points. So, okay. Well, that'll be an important choice to think about a bit.
If you have questions, you should direct them toward the Jedi Council members.
Okay, good morning to you too. Okay, let's talk to Master Vrook, who doesn't seem to like us very much.
I see you insist on wandering the halls of our enclave when you should be busy studying your lessons.
Okay, my training is going well. I would like to ask you some questions, or I must be going now. My training is going well.
It appears that soon you will achieve the rank of Padawan. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress, but I cannot help but wonder if you move forward too quickly. I see you...
Okay, I want to ask you some questions.
I suppose such desires are inevitable, though I fear you may seek knowledge for which you are not prepared. Yet I will do my best to guide your quest.
Okay, what can you tell me about Bastila? Or is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malak? You often seem angry with me, Master Vrook. Have I displeased you? Why are you always criticizing me? I am kind of curious why he's angry, but let's ask in the more polite way. Have I displeased you?
If you find me overly critical, perhaps it is because you do not fully understand what is at stake. For 15,000 years, the Republic has brought peace and stability to the galaxy. Now the Republic may be destroyed because we, the Jedi, have failed them. Revan and Malak were paragons of the ideals the Order seeks to uphold. Yet they succumbed to the temptations of the dark side. When Revan fell, Malak took up the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. Should Malak be stopped, what is to stop another Jedi from taking his place? This is the burden we Masters must carry. Only through strict training and relentless lessons can we prevent the Dark Master from being reborn. That is why the Order can brook no failure in our apprentices and pupils. That is why I can accept nothing but perfection from you. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
Okay, there was a Revan and Malak question there. I would like to ask. Is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malak?
Revan was once a promising Padawan, but ever eager to learn more about the Force. Revan sought knowledge of ancient Sith magics, foolishly ignoring the dangerous lure of the dark side. When the Mandalorian invasion came, Revan seized the opportunity it presented. Many Jedi flocked to the Outer Rim to follow the charismatic young knight, and many fell under the sway of the dark side.
What happened in the Outer Rim to corrupt Revan?
I do not believe Revan and Malak were corrupted on the Outer Rim. They had begun their journey down the dark path long before the Mandalorian threat appeared. Here on Dantooine, they discovered a sinister cave, a place where the strength of the dark side overwhelms the light. Perhaps this discovery was what first corrupted them. Or perhaps they sought the cave out because they were already corrupted. Whatever the explanation, the Order was unable to turn them back to the light. Had the Council taken more decisive action in this matter, perhaps Revan and Malak could have been stopped. But in this we failed. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
Okay, so just to kind of recap what we've heard so far from Master Vrook and Master Zar. So Revan and Malak were Jedi here on Dantooine. They were Jedi, but they did also, they were kind of seeking power. They were kind of the Slytherins of Jedi, I guess. and they found some secret in a cave here on Dantooine. That's what our dream was about, so it had something to do with this Star Forge thing. And I guess after that was when there was news the Mandalorians were starting to invade the Republic segment of the galaxy. And the Jedi didn't want to get involved, but Revan and Malik decided they would go fight. They were going to go fight against the Mandalorians, and a whole bunch of Jedi who were similarly minded joined them, fought against the Mandalorians, and when they came back, they had completely fallen to the dark side and were now leading a Sith army. So, Sith being kind of the names of the meaning that the entire army was belonged to the Sith, not all of whom are necessarily Jedi. We saw many of the Sith soldiers were not Jedi, or dark Jedi, but so something. Master Vrook doesn't think they turned to the dark side in the Outer Rim. He thinks that they were already kind of on that path, and I don't disagree, but it does seem that something might have triggered them or pushed them over the edge while they were out there. Okay, let's see what Master Vandar has to say. Also interesting to note that Master Vandar seems to be the same race as Yoda, but he doesn't have Yoda's odd manner of speaking. So I don't know if we're meant to understand that, like, maybe Master Vandar has spent more of his life speaking basic and hasn't picked up the odd speech patterns, or maybe it's that Yoda knows more languages that have that odd speech pattern, and so that's how he speaks Space God. I'm not sure, but it's interesting distinction.
Good evening, apprentice. I trust your training goes well.
Oh, my training is progressing quite well. I'd like to ask you some questions. Training's going quite well now. Thank you.
I have faith that you will achieve the rank of Padawan soon. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress. May the Force be with you, apprentice.
Well, no,
good evening,
don't
apprentice.
dismiss me. I want to ask some questions.
A Jedi must ever be seeking knowledge. What is it you wish to know?
What can you tell me about Bastila? Or is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malik? Master Vrook doesn't seem to like me very much. I guess I didn't ask Master Vrook about Bastila. I should ask him that as well. But first I want to know about Revan and Malik.
I knew Revan as a promising young pupil. Revan was strong in the Force, but also headstrong and proud. Such traits are not unusual in a Padawan. Perhaps that was why I did not see the true extent of the danger. Many of the young Jedi admired Revan, including Malik. When Revan set off to challenge the Mandalorians, Malik was the first to join the cause. And when Revan fell to the dark side, it was inevitable Malik would fall as well.
So, Revan was stronger than Malik? Or are you saying Revan was responsible for Malik's fall? I think I'll be going now. Yeah, are you saying that Revan was responsible for Malik's fall?
Revan was always the leader, the more powerful of the pair. When Revan fell, we had hoped the Sith threat was ended. But Malik quickly assumed Revan's role, and has embraced the dark side power as fully as his old master ever did. Now, Malik leads the Sith Armada against the Republic. Hate and vengeance for his master's death draw Malik ever further down the path of the dark side, fueling his powers until they surpass those of his old master. Only you and Bastila together can stop Malik now. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Yeah, Master Vrook doesn't seem to like me very much. Do you know why that is?
Master Rook may seem harsh and critical, but he understands the dangers that lie in your path. He wants you and Bastila to be fully prepared when you finally face Lord Malak. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you. Is there anything else you would like to know?
I think that's it. Thank you.
Very well. May the Force be with you.
I did want to see what... Master Rook, do
see
you have anything
you
about
insist on
Bastila? What can you tell me about Bastila?
Bastila, the young Jedi holds great promise and great danger. She can do much for both the Republic and the Council. Without her skill in battle meditation, the Sith Armada would have conquered the galaxy long ago. But despite her command of the Force, Bastila is still young. She is a Jedi, but she has not attained the rank of Master. The Council would do well to remember this before we lay the fate of the galaxy on her slender shoulders. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a
lest
fate
I suffer a fate similar to that of Revan. You say that every time. Okay, what about Master Dorak? Master Dorak, or did he have some other title? He was the... he was like the keeper of the archives or something.
Greetings, young apprentice. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, or so they say. As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I feel it is my duty to share the history of our order with the newly initiated. Unfortunately, our recent history is one of tragedy and bloodshed. The Mandalorian Wars, the fall of Revan and Malak, the rise of the Sith. There are important lessons to be learned from these events, if we do not wish to repeat the mistakes of our past.
Okay, seriously, if there's a history lesson here, I am all for it. So yeah, I am eager to learn, Master Dorak, or... Very well, tell me the history of the Jedi. Or where are the Academy's archives? No, I am totally eager to learn. You have any history, lay it on me.
Of course, I could not tell you the entire history of our order.
Oh.
The Jedi have existed for thousands upon thousands of years. We are as old as the Republic itself.
I've got time.
Instead, I will begin 40 years ago with the War of Exar Kun. Like Malak and Revan, Exar Kun was a Jedi who fell to the dark side and led an army against the Jedi and the Republic. Exar Kun was defeated, but the war left both the Republic and our own order severely weakened. For 20 years we struggled to rebuild, trying to erase the scars of the terrible conflict.
Okay, so what does this have to do with Revan and Malak? Or what about the Mandalorian Wars? I don't have time for that. Now, what does this have to do with Revan and Malak?
All things in time. You shall learn that history is an intricate weaving of many events. No one thing can be understood without the proper context. 20 years ago, the Mandalorians, aware that the Republic was in a weakened state, began conquering small worlds on the Outer Rim. They were careful to choose only planets outside the Republic's jurisdiction. After much debate, the Senate chose not to intervene. As long as the Mandalorians avoided planets that were members of the Republic itself, there would be no retaliation.
Okay, so that's why the Republic wasn't sending troops against the Mandalorians. The Mandalorians, had come from their own space, I guess, in unknown regions or something, but they were intentionally staying just outside the borders of the Republic. So, okay. So a lot of people saw them as a threat because they're gaining more planets and gaining power, but they hadn't actually crossed the line yet, and so, yeah, a lot of people would probably be like, it's not worth going to war over. So that sounds like a big mistake. They should have protected them, but we ended up in war anyway. I mean, it's hard to say that it was a flat-out mistake, because it's kind of like 20/20 hindsight. So instead of judging them, I'll just point out that, like, yeah, we tried to avoid war, but we ended up in war anyway.
The Mandalorians stockpiled resources from their conquered worlds. preparing for massive assault. 7 years ago, they launched a simultaneous attack in 3 separate sectors of Republic space. The Senate had no choice but to retaliate with the entire Republic fleet. The Mandalorian Wars had begun.
Okay. Okay, so eventually they did cross the border, and that started the Mandalorian Wars. Okay, and so did the Jedi join in? Although I think I can piece together from the other ones, the Jedi didn't want to join in, but Revan and Malak and a bunch of other Jedi who were similarly minded did want to go join. I think that's what he's going to say. But, okay, did the Jedi join in?
The Republic petitioned the Jedi Council for aid, but there were many factors to consider before we allowed ourselves to be drawn into another conflict, so soon after the war with Exar Kun. While the Jedi Council preached patience, there were many among our order who were eager for us to join the battle. 2 young knights in particular demanded immediate action, Revan and Malak. They rallied many of the Jedi to their cause, and against the wishes of their masters, joined the Republic fleet battling the Mandalorians. Revan was a brilliant military leader, and the Republic fleet began to win victory after victory. 4 years ago, the Mandalorians surrendered unconditionally.
Okay, so Revan did the right thing. Or how did Revan fall to the dark side? Or where did the Sith come from? So yeah, all of these are good questions. Let's start with how did Revan fall to the dark side?
Revan and Malak were heroes, the great saviors of the Republic. 1/3 of the Republic fleet was under their direct command. And then something happened. Instead of returning after the war's end, the ships under Revan's command went deep into unexplored space. They claimed to be searching for the last remnants of the Mandalorian fleet. All contact was lost. For many months, it was assumed some great disaster had befallen the entire fleet. Everyone thought they were dead. There were unsubstantiated rumors of Revan and Malak being seen on a number of different planets during these months, scattered sightings that were never confirmed.
Okay, so where did they disappear to? Or what happened next? Let's ask what happened next. He's clearly not finished with the story. Let's let him tell it in his own pace. I just noticed Master Vrook back there has kind of the same odd thing going on with his robes, that like at the belt, above the belt it's right over left, and below the belt it's left over right. I'm not even sure how you would fold, wrap your clothing like that, and much less why. But I don't know. Far be it from me to criticize Jedi fashion choices. So sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. What happened next?
3 years ago, Revan and Malak returned at the head of a massive invasion fleet. Revan had assumed the title of Sith Lord. The hero had become a conqueror.
Okay, where did Revan get the ships for the Sith fleet? Or how did Revan get so many followers? I don't have time for this right now. Let's ask about the ships.
Some of the ships in the Sith fleet are those that were under Revan's command during the Mandalorian Wars. But many more are of an alien design we've never seen before. The source of this massive fleet is one of the many things about the Sith we cannot explain. It seems impossible to have created it in such a short time, yet we cannot deny its existence. The source of the Sith soldiers is unfortunately much easier to understand. Initially, the bulk of the force were former Republic soldiers who had served under Revan. With each conquest, thousands more flocked to join the invaders, swelling their numbers. Even many of our own order have betrayed us, lured by Sith promises of riches and power.
And lightsabers. The apprentice that we fought at the Sith military base was hopeful that he would prove himself worthy of a lightsaber. So what happened next? Or how can anyone hope to stop the Sith? tell me what happened next. Continue the story.
For 2 years, the Sith were all but invincible. Fortunately, Bastila and her battle meditation allowed the Republic to win a few key victories and kept the Sith from total triumph. In desperation, we set a trap for the Dark Lord. Bastila was with the strike team that tried to capture Revan, as you probably know. She was there at Revan's end. That was nearly a year ago, but things have not improved. Malak has stepped in and assumed the mantle of Dark Lord for himself, though he's far from Revan's equal in strategy or tactics. Still, his fleet continues to grow in both ships and soldiers. If we do not find some way to stop the Sith soon, Malak will overwhelm us with sheer numbers.
Okay, so what can I learn from Revan's history? Don't worry, I'll find a way to stop the Sith. Or where are the Academy's archives? Yeah, don't worry, I'll find a way to stop the Sith seems to be exactly the kind of pride and arrogance that Master Vrook is so concerned about. I think let's hear if there's any lessons we can learn from this. Any takeaways?
Revan's tale shows us how even the greatest of Jedi can fall to the dark side. You must always be on guard against the evil that dwells within you. Think hard upon this lesson.
Okay. I will think on this, Master Dorak. Or where are the Academy's archives?
May the Force be with you.
Okay. No, but seriously, where are the Academy's archives?
As chronicler, you...
Where are the Academy's archives? I would like to know that.
This facility is a training academy. The archives here are restricted to those who have attained the rank of Master. We must protect overeager Padawans from being exposed to dangerous knowledge. The pursuit of knowledge is a noble goal, but there are some things that require the wisdom of a Master to truly understand. You should ponder the history of Revan. It contains many lessons you may need if we hope to defeat Malak and the Sith.
But I'm not overeager, I just really, really want the knowledge right now.
Revan's tale show...
Okay, I will think on this. Yep, thank you. Okay, I guess now we... I think Zar said to return to him once we had spoken to everybody. You've now gained possession of the Ebon Hawk, your own space vessel. With it, you can travel throughout the galaxy to any world you choose. Unfortunately, your choices are fairly limited right now because the Jedi Council will not let you leave Dantooine. Most of your party will remain aboard the Ebon Hawk while you explore Dantooine. Should you need them, they will await you there. Okay, in one of the holds, there is a workshop of tools you could use to upgrade existing weapons and armor if you buy enhancements. Additionally, it would seem that Davik had stored a swoop bike aboard the Ebon Hawk before you stole it. If you found a track somewhere, you might be able to make some good money with it. Okay, that doesn't tell us what to do, so I will speak to Master Zar.
Greetings, my young pupil. Your progress has been most remarkable so far. Are you here to continue your training in the ways of the Jedi?
I already asked a question about Revan and Malak, so I am ready to continue my training.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy in the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations. You must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi.
Okay, I'm ready for the test, Master Zar. Or what kind of tests are these? Let's get these tests over with. Let's be cautious. Let's ask what kinds of tests these are.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code. Return when you feel you are ready for this challenge.
Okay, so we need to go find the Jedi Code. Hey, Bastila, what's the Jedi Code?
If you have questions, you should direct...
Okay, Dorak, what's the Jedi
Greetings,
Code?
young apprentice. As chronicler, you...
Okay, I'll be going now. You don't... I can't ask you about the Jedi Code, apparently.
May the Force...
Okay, what about
Good evening,
Master Vandar?
apprentice. I trust...
I seek knowledge of the Jedi Code. Here we go.
All Jedi must know the Code. Its tenets are the fundamental teachings of our order. Think and meditate on these truths, apprentice. There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. I have faith that you will achieve the rank of Padawan soon. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress. May the Force be with you, apprentice.
Okay, do we have... Okay, so we're given the code here. Jedi Council on Dantooine has decided to train you in the ways of the ancient Jedi Order. After much initial training, your first task will be to learn the precepts of the Jedi Code. Okay. So I think what's interesting about this is it says there is, there's 5 statements of there is no something, there is something else. But what I find interesting is I don't know that these are necessarily opposites. There is no emotion, there is peace. I don't know that I would consider peace to be an opposite of emotion. I also notice that this is very similar to the third one. There is no passion, there is serenity. I would almost think that those are the same, saying the same thing, just in 2 different ways. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. Okay, that's kind of an opposite. There is no chaos, there is harmony. That's, I guess, sort of an opposite. Harmony is very structured and organized. So there is no death, there is the Force. I don't know, I think there's a lot of people on, well, who were formerly on Taris who might disagree with that statement. But let's see what Master Zar wants us to get out of this.
Greetings, my young pupil.
Okay, I'm ready to continue my training.
Soon your apprenticeship will in the traditions and customs of our order.
Okay. I'm ready for the test, Master Zar.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must now prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code by completing these fundamental precepts of our order. There is no emotion.
Okay, there is no emotion, there is the light, there is serenity, there is knowledge, there is the Force, there is justice. Wait a second. It was, there is no emotion, there is peace. Later, there is no passion, there is serenity. Oh, okay, there are more. I thought justice was the lowest one, but okay, so there is peace here. I thought we were going to have to choose serenity and that they were changing the code on us. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay. So, there is no emotion, there is peace.
There is no ignorance.
I firmly disagree with that, having interacted with a good number of people through my life. But I can give you the the answer that you want, though. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge.
There is no passion.
Okay, yep, there's serenity.
There is no chaos.
There's harmony.
There is no death.
There is the Force.
You have learned your studies well, apprentice. It will not be long before you are a full member of our order. But first, you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi, the very symbol of our order, the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order. It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it. The blade is made of pure energy, focused by polished crystals in the hilt. As the second test, each Jedi must construct his lightsaber with his own hands. And now it is your time. Speak with Master Dorak, and he will guide you through the choosing of a crystal.
Okay, I think we might stop here and we'll build our lightsaber next time. I seem to be stuck. Okay, there we go. But I found it a little bit interesting. First of all, on the one hand, we're being asked to do this test for the Jedi, and it's not, hey, what's the meaning of the code or anything? It's just, yeah, just tell me the Jedi Code, and don't even tell me the whole thing. I will start out each one for you, and you just finish it from a multiple choice list, which doesn't seem like a huge wisdom thing. On the other hand, that's kind of how games can do storytelling, because you have an issue with something like this that you can't necessarily expect the player to write a multi-page essay on the meaning of the philosophy of the Jedi Code or anything like that. And so more than likely you're going to end up with multiple choice options. And so I think what we can say is this is probably meant to be some sort of abstraction that, yes, as far as the player is concerned, we're just repeating off, the bits of the code, but it's kind of a stand-in for we're probably had a long discussion with Master Zar and gave our views on the philosophy, and he was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So it's always a little bit tricky when you're looking at how things are represented in a game, is thinking of how much of that is you just take at face value and say, yep, that's exactly what it's presenting, and that's kind of silly, and how much of it do you say is, okay, that's an abstraction and there's actually more going on. Either way, you can oversimplify things or you can read too much into them. But so that's a bit of game philosophy to go along with our Jedi philosophy there. And with that, I think we will call it a night and come back to this. Should be here next week. Glad that the Switch version seems to be pretty stable and holding, so we'll continue with this unless I hear any major complaints or problems that have been done with it. So with that, thank you for joining me, and have a good weekend, and see you next time. Bye.